Good morning students, welcome back to CS class. Today's class I'll explain you about accessing structure members. Okay, so actually it is based on the previous class. In the last class what I explained, what is a structure, okay, what is a structure, how to create a structure and how to create a structure variable. That part I explained. See example, struct student. Here the structure name is a student. Int roll number, char, name, next float, fee. Example. This is a structure creation. Always structure creation starts with the structure tag and followed by the name of the structure and all the members of the structure between the opening and the closing braces, and structure declaration end with the semicolon. Okay, so in this, struct is a keyword. As it is, you should write student is a name of the structure, and these three are the members of the structure. Okay, so this is a structure. Understood? So what is a structure actually? Structure is a collection of members and each member can be of different data type. It is like an array only, but in array we will store all the elements of the same data type, but in case of structure we will store all the elements of different data type. Okay, so that is the main difference. So, whichever variable want to use this members, that should be declared, right? That you can declare immediately here, like this. Variable 1, variable 2 and semicolon. So, if you are declaring variable 1, variable 2, what it means? These two are the variables which are used in this structure. Okay. So, now a topic comes when a variable want to access the structure members, how it can access. Okay, how it can access. It is possible by using a period, or we can say it's a dot. Okay, so variable can access structure members using a period. Okay, see. The previous example, what are given? Here, struct student, opening brace, int roll number, next char, name, 25, float, fee. Example, this is the structure and these three are the members. So these three members, variable 1 or S1 want to use these members and S2 want to use these members. So these two are called as variables. Okay, and these two variables can use these structure members by using period. Dot. Okay, so whichever variable want to access the structure member, okay, whichever variable want to access the structure member, the member name dot and variable name dot structure member will be. See example here, S1, S2 both are the variables and this variable want to use this structure members. So whenever any variable want to use that structure member, variable name and member name should be separated by a dot. So S1, example, I want to assign student 1 a record. I want to create a student 1 record. S1, what is the first one? Roll number equals to example. So here S1 is a variable and a dot is a member access operator. member access operator, and this is a member of structure. Okay, dot roll number is a member of the structure. So any variable want to use a member of any structure, that member name and variable name should be separated by a dot. Okay, so this is actually accessing structure members. So whenever any variable want to use the member of the structure, that variable name and member name should be separated by a dot. Period. Okay, so like this we can assign values to all the members. So whichever variable want to use the structure member, that member and variable name should be separated by a dot, and dot is called as a member access operator. What dot is called? It is called as member access operator. Okay, you take screenshot of this. Now, we will write example program now. Here, hash include stdio.h. Pre-process command. Here we need some functions from this header file. So that is why I am including this header file in my program. So after this, you include string.h, one more header file. All the string related functions are stored inside the string.h. In this program, I want to use strcpy. Is a string function. I want to copy a string to a record. Okay, so that is why I am including this string.h, because strcpy is a function of string.h. So if you want to use this function, it is mandatory that you should include this header file. Understood? Now after this, you create the structure. Struct student. What is the name of the structure? Student. So about the student, what information you want to store about the student? I want to store int roll number of the student, and that is the type of integer. Next, char name of the student, 20 characters. Next, float fee of the student. So 3 members and 2 students want to use this S1 comma S2. So in this, every point you should highlight. It is structure tags. Structure, or you can say it is a structure name. And these 3 are called as structure members. And these 2 are called as structure variables. Okay, structure variables means these 2 are going to use these 3 members. Okay, and after the structure variable, use the semicolon. After this, you start the main function. Int main function. It is in a single program only, like a function that I have explained. No, in the same way, first you create the structure. After structure variable declaration, you come to the main function. Inside the main function, already structure variables are declared. Okay, so here also you can declare, or here also you can declare. Struct, what is the structure name? Student. S1 comma S2. This is the one more method. This is one method. You can follow either this or this. Now this I am putting in a commenting line. Okay, because already I declared this 2 before the main function. Now S1. First one, S1 dot roll number. S1 dot roll number equals to Example 10. Now the next one is name. For this only we will use name directly. We cannot assign like this. String copy. Okay, string copy. String copy. What is this name? S1 dot name. This member accessing is same. Now here, what I want to do is in a name I want to give ABC. String copy. This function we are getting from this info. Okay. Now the next one is S1 dot fee equals to example 10,000. Okay. So here S1 is a variable and this variable is accessing this structure member. So whenever any variable is accessing the structure member, that variable and a member of the structure should be separated by a dot. Okay, so this is a member, this is a variable. So this variable want to use this member, structure member. So whenever any variable want to use this structure member, the variable and the structure member should be separated by a dot. Okay, now I assigned the values to the structure members. First structure. Now I will assign our values to the second structure. Okay, one more structure is there now. S1 and this S2. S2 dot first member roll number. Roll number equals to example give 20. Now strcpy S2 dot name example EFG. You can give any name. Now S2 dot fee equals to 20,000. Now members of the structure are members of the structure can be used by the variables. Here two variables I declare and three structure members are there. For three structure members I assign the values. Okay. So now values are the value there for each and every structure variable. Now I want to print that values. Okay. So if you want to print that value, say as usual you use printf percentile d. First I want to print the student 1 record. Okay, in the student 1 record, what we have? Student 1 roll number, student 1 name and student 1 fee. Three members value we assign for a structure S1. Okay, so here first I am printing S1 dot roll number. Roll number is an integer, so here I am giving a format specified as a percentile d, and if it is a normal variable we will give only the name of the variable. But if it is a structure member, always that variable name and structure member should be there. Now print that. Next percentile yes, S1 dot name. Next print that. Percentile F for float, S1 dot fee. This is for only the first student record. Okay, for each and every student we have three members. So this is only the first student record. Now we will print the second student record. Print that again, percentile D. Here S2 is the second student. Now print that. Percentile yes, S2 dot name, second student. Now print that percentile F, S2 dot return 0. This is an example program of structure, member access operator. Okay, you take screenshot of this. This program you need to write in the exam. Now, here student is a structure. How many variables we have? S1 and S2. Okay, so this is the first student record and this is the second student record. Okay, second student record. If you have only 2 or 3 students, directly you can give like this, S1 and S2. If you have only 2 or 3 variables, directly you can give. Suppose if you have 5 students and 5 students record, you want to print. Okay, you can print. But suppose if you have 10 students, then it is not possible to assign every time 10 students record in this method. Okay, understood? If you have only 2 or 3 variables which are using the structure numbers, then it is easy for you to assign the value and it is easy for you to print. But if you have a more number of variables and they want to use the same structure, then this method is not suitable. Okay, it will work, but what happens is it is more tricky and it will take more time because you need to declare 10 variables, you need to assign values to the 10 variables structure numbers. It takes more time and it takes more execution time. So, and you need to remember variables for each and every student. Okay, so it is difficult. Okay, if you have only 2 or 3 variables, directly you can declare and you can assign the value. But if you have a more number of variables which are using the same structure, instead of declaring separate, you can use the structure array. Okay, you can use the structure array like this. Yes, structure variables. Example, 4 students or 5 students are using the same structure. Then you can give like this. S1. So it is an array. Array is what? More than one, right? So here how many elements we have? 4 elements. Means 4 variables we have. So these 4 variables are using the same structure. Okay. So this concept is called as an array of structure or structure array. Understood? Structure array. So this is a structure array of structure. Now, our concept is array of structure. Array of structure. Okay. See example. Array structure, just now we explained, if more than one variable want to use the same structure, then we can declare that variables as an array. Okay. So example, declaration of array of structure. Okay. See example. In the previous example, what I have given? Struct student. So it is the name of the structure. And here we have members. What members we have? Int, roll number, next character, name, 20 characters we are giving for a name, and next float, field. 3 are the structure members. Okay, so this structure members are used by the 5 students example. Okay, so instead of declaring 5 students, you can declare that 5 students as a array like this. S1 4. Understood? You take this because in the exam you need to give the example. S1 4. This is an array. And this array is using in array how many members we have? 4 members. And 4 members are using the same structure. See example. So when you use the structure array, first this is a S1 0. first student record, roll number, next name, field. Okay, roll number, name, field. For one student, how much we are giving? 2 bytes, 20 bytes and 4 bytes. 26 bytes we are giving for the first student. Now come to the second student. Because here how many students we initialized? How many students we declared? 4. Now this is the second student. Second student also same. Name, not name, roll number, name, fee of the student. This is a S1 1 because array index starts from a 0. Now third student, roll number, next name of the student and fee of the student. This is a S1 2. Third student record. Now here S1 fourth student record. First one is roll number, second one is name and the third one is the fee of the student. Okay, because here I have given array size as a 4. So 4 members should be there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Means these 4 students following the same structure. Okay, and this concept is called as array of structure. If more number of variables are there and that variables are using the same structure, so instead of declaring separately, you can declare all the members as an array. Okay, so array of structure. Yes, here we have 4 elements and these 4 elements are using the same members. That means they are using the same structure. So here 4 students are using the same structure members. Okay, understood? So if 4 students are using this structure means for each and every student, means for 4 students, this structure member should be there. 1, 2, 3. First student. Again, second student, third student, fourth student. If you have an example 10 students, 10 students information you can give. Understood? So this is an array of structure. If only 1 or 2 variables are using the same structure, then directly you can give. But if more number of variables are using the same structure, then instead of declaring variables separately, you can use the same structure using an array. Okay, so you can declare that variables as an array. Understood? See, without the structure array also we can write the programs. Actually, when we use the structure array, when you have a more number of variables and that variables are using the same structure, then instead of declaring a more number of variables, you can declare all the variables as an array. Okay, so that concept is called as array of structure. Okay, now we'll write example program. Now this is the array of structure. Before this you write header files and include stdio.h. Next include string.h. Okay, so here what is the name of the structure? Student. 3 members are there. These 3 are called as structure members. Okay, now come to the main function. In main. Inside the main function, I am declaring structure variables. Struct student. Struct is a keyword and the student is a structure name. Now, 4 students are following the same structure. Okay, equals to, or only you declare. Okay, 4 students you declare. Understood? Now, here it is an array. I think you all know it is an array. So, an array, it is using a structure. Which structure it is using? Student structure it is using. Okay, see, we'll declare like this now. Int A5. Right? It is an array, and how many elements we have? 5 elements, and that is a type of integer. So here also we have array, and array of which structure? Student structure. Understood? Now each and every student record will create now. Now S1 4. Now I am assigning a values. Main brace. Next, first student record. First student record, roll number 1. Example, name is AB. Now fee is example 10,000. Over first student record, comma. Now second student record, EF 20,000, comma. Second student record. Now third, GH 30,000. Third student record. Okay. Now fourth student record, GH already level, GF example 40,000. This is the fourth record. After closing the fourth record, you close the main bracket. This one. So 4 students data is there. Understood? 4 students I am declaring as an array. Next I am assigning values. It is similar to 2-dimensional array once you go through 1-dimensional array. Okay. Now it is over. Now I want to print all the records which start from 0, I equals to 0. So before this, in the main function you declare int I, because here we are using a for loop. And I less than, how many records we have? 4 records. So I less than 4, I plus plus. Because we have 4 records, array index start from 0. So here that's why I am giving I less than 4. Now printf %id yes I, what is the first one? Roll number. Okay. Next printf %id, not %id. What is the second one? It's a string, right? str. I'm going to use this so that we have values, right? Si dot name. Okay. Now the next one is printf %i, it is an s string. Next one is the third one, float %i f. Si dot closing the loop, closing the main function. Okay, so this is a array of structure. So here I equals to 0 because when you are using an array printing and array initialization start from a first element, and the first element index start from a 0, and the last element index is a length minus 1. Length means here we have a 4 elements example. So this 4 is a length. Okay, the last element will be a length minus 1 means the last element index will be a 3. Okay, because it is a 4 minus 1, 3. Now I equals to 0, I less than 4, condition is true. Then we will enter the body of the loop, printf %id si. What is I value? 0 dot roll number. 0 means what? First record. So first student record will be printed on the screen. Now here first student name, first student fee. After printing the first student record, again I value is incremented by 1. Now what is I value? 1. 1 less than 4, condition is true. So S1 dot roll number, S1 dot name, S1 dot fee. Second student record will be printed. Next, I equals to 2. Okay, 2 less than 4, s2 dot roll number, s2 dot name, s2 dot fee. Third student record will be printed on the screen. Now again, I is incremented. Now what is I value? 3. 3 less than 4, condition is true. So s3 dot roll number, s3 dot name, s3 dot fee. Fourth student record is printed on the screen. Next, I value is incremented. Now what is the I value? 4. 4 less than 4, condition false. The body of the loop will not be executed. Okay. So this is an array of structure. So when more than one variable want to access the same structure, then instead of declaring the different variables, you can manage with an array. Okay, you can manage with an array. So when you are declaring an array, first you should declare. Means when you want to use array of the structure, first you should declare in the main function struct student. Here I have given student, whatever structure you created, that structure you give the structure name you give. And this is an array. So here array name is S1. How many elements are there in the array? 4 elements. Means 4 variables are using this. 4 elements are using this structure. So 4 3 is 12. So 12 value should be there. Here you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So for each student, 3 values. Instead of the 1 if it is a array, actually we used to store 1 value. Okay. So here what we are doing is for one element we are storing more values. Understood? So that is the structure. See here if I give like this. Int A5. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So for A0, how many elements you are storing? Only 1. A1, 1. But here for A0, S1, 0, how many elements we are storing? 1, 2, 3. So instead of the 1 value, we are storing more number of values. Whatever values are there in the structure, same values we are storing for each and every element of the array. So understood? So this is the array of structure. More than one variable want to use the same structure, then you can declare as a structure arrays. Okay. And when we follow this, when you have a more number of variables which are following the same structure, then you can declare it as a array of structure. Clear? And for this, you need to give the declaration and the example program in the exam. This is about structure. In the next class, I will start the unions.